Hi guys, and welcome to Mad March Day 6. I am here with Hannah. Hello. So Hannah and I have had an interesting 2018. I went to America, as you know, and Hannah was living in the UK for the year. So in today's video we thought it'd be really fun to like compare Australia, the USA and the UK and like our experiences living in the different countries.
Yeah.
So I think the first thing is like, how was just like the vibe of the UK for you compared to Australia?
I think people were friendlier.
Oh really?
Yeah, I think people were friendlier. More approachable.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I found that too, but I don't know if it's just because Americans like Australians.
Yeah, maybe because like we were foreign and they were, like,
they're just like wanted to different people.
Yeah, I reckon everyone seems much calmer over there. They're more chilled out.
Maybe it was just where I was from, but I think it's because I was living in like theme park central that everyone was just like up and awake, like almost as if they had
enthusiastic.
Yeah, almost as if they had all had consumed like 5 cups of coffee in the morning, being like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
How was working in the UK compared to Australia?
Yeah, it was good. You get paid less, but I think that the supermarket over there was more chilled out.
Well, how much were you paid in Sainsbury's?
I got paid £9.
So would that be $18?
Yeah, so it's not too bad. But obviously here it's 26, so there's a bit of a difference.
Right, yeah.
But over there things are cheaper, so like chips they call crisps and like lollies they call sweets. They're much cheaper over there, which was nice. I do miss that a lot. But yeah, you get paid less, and then when you go out to eat, it's so expensive, which kind of sucked. But other than that, I like the job better almost, because it's more relaxed. I felt like the customers were nicer.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh wow.
What about you?
Well, okay, so in America, specifically in Disney, you get paid, I got paid $10 an hour.
Yeah.
Which like would have been like $8 here.
Oh my god.
No.
That's crazy.
I think it would have been like, it wasn't that much more or less. Like it was roughly like the same of $10 an hour. And like, yeah, things were cheaper.
Yeah.
But like tax wasn't included in anything.
Oh my god.
You had to tip.
Oh yeah.
So if I went for a haircut, the haircut was like $25, but then you had to tip as well.
Oh
so it ended up being like a $35 haircut.
Yeah, and
or
if you tip a little amount, they'll think that they give bad service.
Exactly. Yeah. So like there's that. We had a quick talk about breaks. My break for Disney, I had 12 hours. Like I would work 12 hours. That would be like my standard shift when I was like a stalker. And I would have an hour break. Or an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And stuff, depending on like, because it was one of those ones.
It sounds decent, but it's really not.
Okay.
An hour sucks.
But like compared to Australia, here in Australia, for every 4.5 hours worked, for every 5 hours worked, you get a 30-minute break.
Oh, okay. When I worked at Foodland for 5 hours, you get 10 minutes, but 6 hours, you get half an hour.
6 hours in Disney was a 15-minute break.
Oh, that's hard.
It is. McDonald's would be like the similar service to like what I did in Disney. In here.
Okay, so like company. Okay.
Yeah, compared to, because like you could compare your like supermarket breaks because it was the same. Like in McDonald's, every 5 hours I was given a 30-minute break, and I had to take. So if I worked 10 hours, I took a break at the first 5 hours and a break just before the second lot.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But in America for Disney, I had a 12-hour shift. I had to take my 1 hour one go, and it could have been anywhere between 2 hours into my shift or 7 hours into my shift.
Jeez.
So like so it could have been any time you took that hour break. So I got really good at like not being hungry unless I was told it was my break time.
Yeah.
Or like I would work out what the latest my break could be and be like, right, I can't eat till then.
See, in Foodland, for 5 hours you only get 10 minutes.
Okay.
6 hours to 8.5 you get half an hour, and then over 9 hours you get an hour break.
Okay.
The rules actually say I think you get an hour and then 2 10 minutes, but they never give you 10 minutes. But in Sainsbury's it was, if you had to work 6 hours to get a break. And that was 5 hours was 20 minutes, 6 hours was half an hour, and then 8 hours was only 40 minutes. So they only had like 10 minutes.
Actually, that was like the same though, because if you worked 8 hours, you got a 45-minute break because they took away, like you don't get paid for half an hour of the break.
Yeah.
So for the hour break, you wouldn't get paid for 30 minutes of it, so they took that away. So you had to work 8.5 hours in order to get an hour break, because then your total hours worked would be 8 hours rather than like 7.5, does that make sense?
In Foodland, you'd have to clock off and you wouldn't get paid, but in Sainsbury's, you would get paid for your break.
Oh wow. Yeah, no, so Disney, you had to clock out for if your break was over 15 minutes, you had to clock out for your break so that they could time like when they were going to pay you.
Oh, okay.
And when they weren't.
Yeah, I was really surprised that you got paid for breaks in Sainsbury's.
Yeah. Well, I found it weird as well because I was getting paid for like half of my break and I was like, wow, this is great.
I mean, not complaining, but
yeah, not complaining. It was just interesting.
But I found that if I worked 8 hours in the deli, I would be exhausted because it's just so much running around, cleaning, serving, filling, blah, blah, blah. But like, I was just stocking the shelves, and even though we had lots to do and I would be tired at the end of the 8 hours, it was just a much more like relaxed environment, and I just found it easier than like the deli job.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I liked working front of house, which was like kind of like the McDonald's part. You like make the food, you like serve it, like do the guests. But I really loved stocking, which was just literally me. I was in the kitchen and I would take like boxes of like fries up to like a stand and like stock the stand, and then like, or I would take nuggets, or like I would just like make sure everything worked, like everything, all the cast members had everything they needed for the day, and then I would come back every now and again and be like, hey, like did you run out of anything? And then at the end of night I would just pack it all up and bring it back to the kitchen. And I really liked that just because like it was hard work, but it was just like I could kind of do it at my own pace a little bit. Yeah, so that was really nice. You were living with your boyfriend's parents?
I was,
Yeah, so you paid rent to them?
Yeah.
So mine was, I was living in a housing complex, which is like a little apartment. And my rent was taken out of my pay each week.
Oh, right, okay.
Because it was like it was an association with Disney, so they took it out each week so we wouldn't have to. But in my apartment, like I paid $500 a month for my apartment. But that was with utilities.
Okay.
So, which $500 a month is not that expensive for a place close by Disney or utilities.
True.
I was living with 8 people and I was sharing a room.
You were sharing?
I was sharing a room the whole year with another person. So 8 people in my apartment. So technically the apartment cost $4,000 a month.
Wow.
With the 8 of us.
You'd think that the more people, like, you'd have to pay less.
Well, technically we did, because if you lived in a 1-bedroom apartment, it was $200 and you had to pay the whole thing. And so we only paid like $120 each. But again, $500 each for the month was not that expensive if you got your own room. You know, like my boyfriend is paying like $800 a month, right? But he gets his own bedroom, his own bathroom. Right, and it's really close to Disney. That's
I don't know how much it is here.
That's only
for a month, if you like.
Okay, our friends are moving, and I know the place they're looking at is like $400 a week.
But that's their whole, like,
that's their whole house. Exactly.
I think if you move in like rent share, you can get it probably, if you're lucky, maybe 100, 120, maybe 150.
I feel like it'd be similar to what I was paying with mine. But that's without utilities. So like I'd still have to pay utilities on top of like my $500 rent. Which like isn't bad, but like I just didn't have to worry about paying rent. How did you get around? Did you use buses? Or did you, did you drive?
I didn't actually, so, well, it sucks a lot. So cars are really cheap over there, and I was like, oh wow, it's like, if you want like a cheap car, but like, you know, not too fancy, but like an okay-ish car, it's probably like £500, like £1,000, which is like what, $1,000 to $1,500. Which is really cheap, I think. But then I got quoted insurance, and my insurance was £3,000.
Yeah, because we're under 25.
And that's almost like $5,500 Australian dollars. I was like, that's
for just the insurance,
just for 1 year.
Oh my god, that's ridiculous.
So unfortunately, I didn't end up getting a car. So I would ask like my boyfriend's parents to drive me places, or I'd just catch the bus. But yeah, I was going to get a car, but that plan fell through.
Wow. Well, I had never intended to get a car. I did not get a car. Part of me wishes I had.
But you had all the Disney buses.
I had all the Disney, but I was really lucky. I had all my public transport covered for me, so I could get buses to anywhere within Disney. And then it was like $2 to get the tram from like my house to like Universal Studios.
Yeah, that's not bad.
So like it was cheap. And then like a lot of the time I just got my boyfriend to drive me places.
Public transport is expensive over there as well. Like I went from where I lived, Tadcaster, into York. And it's like a 20-minute drive, and it cost me £5, which is like $10. Just one way.
I was really lucky with the buses that were technically like free. Like I could get on any bus at any time and just
that's so good.
Go. Would you choose to move back to the UK again and like live there?
I liked it, yes. Maybe not in the next few years, but maybe after that I would be open to moving back. Yeah.
Would you like, do you think you would ever move there permanently?
See, it's so hard because I feel like I would, but then I would also miss my family and friends too much.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for them, yes, but because of them, probably never permanently. I'm not sure. What about you?
I know what you mean. If it wasn't for the fact that like I'm so close with my family, but like if it wasn't for them, I'd probably be like, yeah, like I'll move and stuff. So I want to move back. I'd probably move back for like 3-ish years.
Yeah, it's like enough time to say, I don't know, that you were there and you had a great time, but you can still come back.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I think ultimately I'd like to have Australia as like my forever home. Or like, yeah, my forever home is my base. But I would be open to having like property like there and like staying there for like an extended amount of time. Yeah. And then just coming back here to like
I find it really hard to be away from like my sister, she's like my best friend, like we always talk, and then I find it hard to be away from like, I guess, family and friends. Like it's hard because you'd be like, oh, go hang out with,
I know what you mean. Like a lot of the time that, because none of my friends in America really played board games or anything like that. We'd all just go out and party, and it's great, it's fun. But sometimes I'm like, oh, I just want like a night in and stuff, and I'd be like, oh, but like none of them do.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, that was our experience in UK versus America versus Australia, and like just like our experiences with it. Let me know in the comments below if you have lived in another country and how you found it different living there versus in your home country. I'd be really interested to just know how your thoughts and opinions are of like places to live. I will leave all of Hannah's social medias in the description below. Thank you for being on my channel.
You're welcome.
Always welcome. And I will see you all for another video. Bye!